Let's take a look at how to make a weekly newsletter. Set up a template for that. You can see here I just opened up a Google Doc. I suggest you create a Google Doc for your newsletter. What you can do is edit the Google Doc each week and then just put in your weekly newsletter in the Google Doc. And so sometimes people get confused with this, but really you can create a sort of a template as we have here, and we'll go through. When you go over to File, make a copy. Google Doc allows you to make a copy, and then you can store it wherever you would like. So you can just rename the copy, maybe put the date each week, maybe every Friday or every Monday when you do that. And then you can save all your newsletter in separate documents, but yet still use the same template. Let's go through what I think the essentials are in the newsletter now. On some of these things I put optional. Really, all of these things could be optional. You may already have a newsletter that you use. If it's working for you and you have good data backing it up that it's working and people like it, then stick with it. If not, I have some ideas you may want to use. So the first thing we do, always have to put our headline, our school name. Maybe if we have a short motto, we can put underneath it in smaller text. And then I always stick a logo, school logo. So ours is the GL. So I put that right there. So every newsletter, people open it up, it says Gahanna-Lincoln High School, and it has our logo. If you want to do that, you can. If not, you don't have to. I like it. Starts it off that way. I always have a headline article for the week. So I'll use a larger font. And I'll also usually make it blue. Royal blue is one of our colors. So I try to find something that's a big story for the week. I can't tell you exactly what that is because it changes week to week. Could be students getting an award, could be a teacher getting an award, could be a department using different types of teaching methods, could be our PTO did something and donated something to the school. There's a number of things that we put on there for the headline article of the week. It can be anything, but we always just put the title. I create a title for it, and then I just put text in. Now what I've done a lot is I've taken articles from our local newspaper that are online. I make that the headline article of the week. I may take about 3 or 4 sentences from the beginning of the article. Then I put a hyperlink in that goes to the newspaper's article that they typed up themselves. So that's helped me. Now, if your school's in the newspaper a lot, ours is, so it's easy for me to do that. If yours isn't, I recommend you get in contact more with your local media. But again, it could be, I have a number of ideas in there. So share this with your staff members in the beginning of the year. Maybe create a calendar and tell each staff member or maybe a department, this is a week for you guys to share something great that's going on. Come up with some type of system that's going to help you. And then each week you'll have a headline article that you can use and share. Okay, now I have here, I usually go 2 columns at this point. So I used to use, I told you guys before, School Messenger for our email. I think next year I'm going to switch over to Google Docs just because it'll be easier for people that I want to help me. I'll just share this document with them. With School Messenger, I was the only one that was able to sign in, and all I need to do is just create a Google Doc and then share the link through School Messenger with my parents. So we're going to change that and put our template on a Google Doc just so it's easier for other people to collaborate and work on. So I tell you here that I usually go 2 columns when I had School Messenger, but because it was in a newsletter format, but next year I'm probably just going to go all 1 column. So my first area that I look at are important dates. I always have that first for parents because that's usually what they like to see. They want to get their calendar straightened out. And so I usually go 2 weeks. So I'll go that current week and then I'll go the next week. So what it does is give my parents really 2 looks at it. So I give them a week of notice, and then that week something's going on, I also put it in front of them again. So that's worked for me. If you think you need to go 1 week or you think you need to go 3 weeks, you can. But I've just always done 2 weeks, the current week and then the week ahead, so parents can figure out their calendars. As you see on here, very simplistic. If I can share links, I do, but I just tell people the date, what it is, the time, location. And that's all I do. So I don't get real complicated with it. So your administrative assistant could probably help you with this, or an assistant principal, or a teacher that wants to take the lead on it. It's really just looking at your activity calendar for the year and making adjustments to it and sharing that with parents. Now, somebody would say, well, I already share the calendar with my parents. Well, so do I. I share it a number of ways, but I'm a firm believer that there's you can't share that stuff too often. So I think the more you do it, the better chance you got people are reading it and seeing it. I have headline 2 article for the week, so I usually try to find another article to share, another great thing going on in the school with parents. So in this one, I may again have a department, and I rotate it each week, or tell teachers, hey, this week share with me some type of article I can share with parents. It's great. I may put athletics in this spot here and showcase our athletics. I try to include images and video as well, just very short videos or some images about what they would see. So, the other headline would be formative practices used in math classes. I may go in and take some pictures and share them with parents and stakeholders about what I'm seeing, and then a little article I type up, or maybe a teacher could type it up, and then you can just copy and paste it. Again, optional. You don't have to have 2 articles a week, but I do just because I have a large school and a lot of things going on. Staff showcase, this area here I have optional, especially for a school my size. Typo there. School my size, it's important we hire a lot of new staff each year, so I like showcasing staff members and letting parents know who they are. So a student may be a freshman, but later when they're junior and senior, they may have different teachers. So I like to make our parents aware of who our staff is. So you'll see I've typed in there, just do basic stuff, nothing that could possibly offend people. So favorite book, college attended, favorite food, stuff like that, just so parents put a name to a face. I always try to include a picture in there. Sometimes students could do this for you, so you could have students go around, get the information from teachers, take the picture, send it to you, then you can upload it yourself, or your administrative assistant could, or assistant, or teacher, and then there's not much time put into it on your end. But it's good to create some type of club where maybe you can get students helping you with this. Social media feed. As you can see here, I put a link to Storify. So I've talked about this before, but these are 3 of my counselors at the ASCA convention this year. But we try to link our social media feed using Storify. So this is earlier in the year, but you can see pictures from meetings taken by me, maybe our school account, my assistant principal, other teachers. I share this so when people click on the link, they don't need to have a social media account. It just takes them right to Storify and they can read it. So I think that's something you could utilize, something good to use. I only use it with Twitter, but you can use it with Facebook and other social media resources. So there, if you go in to YouTube and type in how to use Storify, number of videos out there that show you how to use it. It's very basic to use. You just really hook it to your social media account, either Twitter or Facebook, and then it allows you to create something like this and you can share it. So we found it to be very useful because not all our parents are on Twitter. Helpful links, I've talked about this before. Use something like Flipboard or Medium and Five. I think I always search parenting teens in Flipboard, and then I'll find articles that I can share with parents that may help them. It didn't come up for some reason. Running into a little issue here. All right, I'm back. Had a little technical issue. Don't know what was going on there. But click on this link. It takes you to an article that I just copy and pasted the link for. I got it from Flipboard. So parents enjoy that. 1 or 2 is all you need each week. Maybe, again, that's optional. You don't have to. Then finally, always got to share your contact information. So I just have basically a signature. And then I put all the ways that parents can contact me or make contact in order to find out more about what's going on, keep informed. So I think that's a good template there. That's basically, if you, like I said, if you want to use more information or less, you can. I think you do a number of these things each week, you're really going to brand your school very well. You're going to communicate your message and really get your information out there. So parents are going to have less and less questions, and they're going to share a lot more positive feedback with people they know, people outside of your district, about how well informed you keep them about what's going on at school.